Hey everybody, it's the Walker. So what are we doing today? Well, we're down by a river. I figured maybe we'll get some tenkara fishing in, but after that, let's talk about the Backwoods Brawler. That's right, the Backwoods Brawler Possibilities Pouch. So let's catch some easy fish, right? And then we'll talk about this. A little drop off. There we go. And a twig in my eye. Ah, really? Ah, you rotten. Ah. Twig in my eye. Oh, that is nice. All right, I gotta approach this good. A lot of trees falling. Real slick. That's how I always get my feet wet. Can I reach it though without falling in? Look at this, this sticks right here. I don't want to make all kinds of noise too though. Oh, the water's hitting the water. Ah. Well, that's a pain in the butt. Look at that. Here's a little something. Occasionally people ask, you know, where can I get rocks in the winter when the ground's totally frozen? You need a sharp rock. Oh, it's all flipped over. So even if there's snow and ice, it'd still be there. Let's see what we got. No good, no good. Oh, muddy. And there we are. Sharp edge. Sharp edge. Let's mess with this later, okay? Of course, there's a stick right in the middle of the damn pool. Yeah, that looks nice. Nice and fluffy. You know, we'll take some of that. Here's some cedar. We'll work some of this fluffy bark off of it. And after all that smack talk, I caught nothing. Absolutely nothing, but hey, it is what it is. All right. Now on to the Backwoods Brawler Possibilities Pouch. Back in the day, a lot tougher men than me, the mountain men, they'd have like little kits, I guess with today's version of a PSK, and I think they called it a possibilities pouch. And these were the things they actually used. Not just like little fantasies about survival. No, this is stuff they actually used. It was a possibilities pouch. I think that's the term, but hey, whatever. So I wanted to create something that was a little different than my other kits. I have a bunch of PSK type kits. And of course there's one thing, like they say, what is it, one is none and two is one. For me, I have to have four just to have one. So, you know, I have a lot of extra kits because redundancy tends to work well for me. But this one is a little bit different. First thing, it's in this, I guess it's like a little camera case or something like that. But what makes it nice is it's got these buckles on the other side that connect. They snap like that, so you can hang it. It'll work with webbing or hanging on a belt. I prefer putting stuff in a pack, but if I can also lash something to a belt or outside, hey, that's a nice thing too. I made this as a little braided paracord, three strand, basically just a 3-strand braid of $5.50. So let's take a look what's in here. We'll go take a look at the front first. Right off the bat, I have 2 lithium primary AA's. Why? Yeah, this darn camera and stuff, it keeps eating up my batteries. It's cold. I'm always looking for batteries. And I've gone through these a lot, so it's kind of a good thing. Like, I don't have to worry about, I'll carry extra batteries, but inevitably I forget, and there they are. They also work good for my flashlight. And here's the next thing. Tissues. You know, you'd think I'd have a Mylar blanket there instead, but you know, I almost never use a Mylar blanket, but occasionally, when you're out in the woods a lot, sometimes nature calls. And you know, some people say, you can use mullein. I've used mullein, you know, it works. There's leaves, but you know, I'd much rather have tissues, and I go through these occasionally. So in it goes, right? They probably make good tinder too. Cordage, about 6 feet each, $5.50, and just nylon cordage. There we go. Leader material and high visibility 10-car line. I'm always going through leader, and a lot of times I'm in the woods fishing. A little Altoids kit, but it's not really a total Altoids kit. It just got some stuff that I use. Tweezers, use them. Leatherman squirt, occasionally I use it. Water tabs, I use them. Wet fire tinder, it's commercial tinder. Woo, boo, shame on me, but hey, you know, I occasionally will use them. Char cloth, occasionally I'll use it. It's fun, you know. We got a big fly. Whoop, let me grab that fly there. Big fly. When the green woolly bugger's not working and I'm not fishing a hatch, sometimes this big fly, the big shiny head, will produce some results. Didn't seem to help me today because I didn't catch anything. I didn't even use it. Maybe I should have tried. 2 of these little number 12 hooks. You can catch a big fish with a small hook, but harder to catch a small fish with a big hook. And of course I've got them up. See, I dropped it, but it's already, I get what's the term, snelled, easy to find, and easy to tie on. And a threaded needle all ready to go with the front on tape so it doesn't stick everything. Okay. What's good here? A sharpening stone, in this case, diamond. I'll use it. I'll use it around camp sometimes. It's fun, you know. I can even sharpen fish hooks with it, the edge of a knife or a striker, or the knife itself. It's just a good item. I like it. Let's see what else we got here. I'm bound to miss something. I always do. All right. This is a little thing. It's a Coghlan's. First thing, it's got a crazy loud whistle. Oh, it puts the top surly one to absolute shame. It's got a compass, which I actually used occasionally. I'll use that little compass. I know it's a little junky compass, but it works. Thermometer, what's the temperature? 42, that's why I don't have a hat on. It's got a little magnifying lens. Oh, there it is. My hands are cold a little bit, even though it's 42. There we go. It's out. Magnifying lens. Sometimes the magnifying lens and the tweezers kind of can go hand in hand. There's magnifying lens. and a little clip. So, hey, you know, it's a junky little thing, but I've used it and I'm happy with it. A bag. This one's from a Canadian MRE. How do I know? Well, I ate the MRE plus, hey, it's got French writing on it or something like that. Eh? Pretty durable. A striker and ferro rod. I think I should use that to sharpen this edge a little bit. Use it. It's working. Best part though, the striker itself is also dead hard 1095 thick high carbon steel, which means it'll work good as a traditional flint and steel striker. So it's really two ways to start a fire. 4/7 flashlight. And this one takes, this one's running on AA, so I could run those lithium primers, and it has a lithium primer in it as well. Here's something a little interesting. This is an extra body. This is a CR123 body for this AA flashlight. I take the head off, the tail off, pop it together, now I have a little CR123 flashlight. A little brighter, a little better run time on it. There it is. So it makes it now an omnivore light, and I love omnivore lights. Bic lighter. Hey, you know something? I got one in my pocket too. Bic lighter. Mini Bic. Duct tape. Occasionally use it. Not that often. Not as often as people might think, but I will occasionally use it. This is a Wolf Creek Forge. Sheep's foot style PSK knife. Look at that. It's got a lot of material, I've done a lot of things with this knife. A lot of surprising things with it. I should do a video on all the, I've got a bunch of these PSK knives from Wolf Creek Forge. I made the sheath. This is standard Tech-Lock sizing. So I can attach it to other knife systems. Retention is good, but I also put it in a lock-in screw. So I can never, ever, ever have it fall out. It won't because the retention is great, but the lock-in, the slotted Chicago screw system, it'll never come out, ever. And I'm not missing that in the woods if I drop it. Well, knowing me, I could, but it's going to be very difficult. So, sheep foot style. It's made of some crazy carbon steel. I'll put it up on the screen, the type. Wire, stainless steel braided wire. Occasionally, I will actually use it. It's been used. A little first aid kit, the most basics, just for cuts and antiseptic purposes. I mean, this isn't like something you can find in ER, but for little cuts and little stuff that normally happens to me, pretty good. Is that everything? Let me check. Oh, wait, what's in here? Oh, nope, that's it. That's everything. She's empty. All right. So those are all the components of the Backwoods Brawler. And now that I showed all the components of the Backwoods Brawler, we gotta do something with it, right? This is the ferro rod part of it. But you know something? Let's say hypothetically, yeah, these are sharp knives, right? Bam. This is all we got now. This is all we got. Right? Of course, we have to ignore the two Bic lighters on me as well. But what fun is that, right? So here it is. Just the striker part. Let me get something over here. Ah, there we go. I got to it. Remember those rocks we found? and that cedar bark that we gathered up. Let's see this. First, let's test it out, see if it'll work. It throws a wild spark. Okay. And the rocks was good. We found some good rocks. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to start a fire using just that char cloth, but we're going to take it to the next step. One of the reasons why, this is that tin we had, one of the reasons why I kind of like flint and steel, other than the fact that it's really, really fun, is that we can make char in the woods. That's that cedar bark we found. We fluffed it up, we put it in here. We can make char in the woods, and hypothetically, I can keep rolling with this pretty much forever. And of course, once I've got charred materials, even if the big lighter should run out, the sparky wheel will still throw a spark, and it could then ignite char. But we've got this big, thick chunk of 1095. So let's make some char. And now we're ready. Here's what we're going to do. Got the char cloth in the cedar. Piece of this rock. Let's try it off the shirt. Make sure it works first. Good, good, okay. There we are. I'm using extra because I have it. Well, that was quick. Kind of not surprising though. I mean, it's a really good striker. Okay. There we are. And that was fast. You know, traditional methods, I mean, they're not going to beat a Bic, but if you did the prep work, you know, I don't really know, I mean, how fast was that, right? You know, people underestimate the old ways. Now let me show you why this is forever fire. There's a cedar bark. So now hypothetically we used up all our char. And no, I don't really need a hole there. We'll put this in here for a bit. Should have 2 sticks. There we are. Now we're cooking our little tin. Char's looking pretty good. You never want to open it too soon because it'll ignite. And I've actually overcooked char before. I don't know how I've done it, but I actually have overcooked char before. There we go. You don't want to undercook it though either, or else it won't be charred enough. Here's what we'll do. We'll take you off. There we are. Still. Now we gotta let it, we'll let this cool. We'll let this cool a little bit. If you open it too soon, Now it's time for the char moment of truth. What do we got in here? Okay, it looks all right. It looks like char cloth, doesn't it? See that? It looks a little like char cloth. Let's test it out. Cedar bark. It actually does have a slight damp feel to it because the woods was very wet. Oops, the cedar bark out of my char. Wish I had more cedar bark, but you know, I didn't have a lot of cedar bark there. But if I kept looking, I could have got as much as I wanted in other places. But we were in a hurry. Okay, there we are. So there's a cedar right there. Let's take a good amount of this char. Hope I didn't overdo it. We're using way more than needed, but there it is. Okay, so here's what we have. This is all natural right here, you know? Cedar on cedar. And we have more for another fire. And we can get more of this stuff. We can get as much as we can make. Okay. Striker from the Backwoods Brawler. Let's find the proper rock for this. In this one we're gonna strike down. Holding this, striking down into there. All right, let's see here. We need a sharp edge though. Let's put a sharp edge in it. There's one. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh. There we go. I can blow us in flames. And there we are. We have another fire right there. Just like that, another fire. So that's basically it, right in a nutshell. And we can easily start a fire with that. So that is Forever Fire as part of my as part of the Backwoods Brawler PSK. All right, let's pack this on up and head on out. Okay, that's about it for the Backwoods Brawler with, I guess, Forever Fire special. You know, this is one thing, kind of a pain. You gotta, like, when you go to like break camp, you gotta pick up like all this stuff around. Then you check, make sure you haven't left stuff behind. And sometimes you're like half mile away, you're like, oh man, I left stuff behind. You gotta go back. All right, everybody. So if you like what you've seen, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and thank you very much for watching. I always appreciate it.